Hello students, welcome to your CPAR class or the Contemporary Philippine Arts from the Regions. Our topic for today is all about the various contemporary art forms in the Philippines. But before that, let's have a short review on our topic last time. I give emphasis to the three major periods in the history of arts in our country. These are pre-colonial, colonial, and post-colonial period. These periods are the reason on how we reach our present contemporary arts period. We also discussed the three major classifications of various art forms. These are visual art, applied art, and performing art. Visual arts includes photography, sculpture, calligraphy, drawing, and painting. Applied arts include jewelry design, interior design, architecture, fashion, and pottery. Last is the performing art, which includes film productions, literature, dancing, music, and theater arts. That is all about the various art forms. Now, let's move to our main topic, which is the contemporary art forms. I have here the various characteristics of the contemporary art forms. First, it is conceptual, innovative, expressive, and experimental. It is conceptual in a way that plentiful of ideas are exerted in different artworks. It is innovative because most of the masterpieces now are all original. It is expressive because as you see the masterpiece, you can feel different emotions, and when you are staring, you will discover that there are strong hidden messages. And it is experimental. This depends on the artist, on how he or she exerted purpose and function on the masterpiece. Second, it allows the viewers to participate in the experience and is urged to validate his or her own feelings. Most of the contemporary art forms are dynamic and interactive. It is not all about the emotions of an artist in his masterpiece, but it includes the emotions of an audience and how they understood. Because of these artworks has a theme of social realism, which means a theory or practice of using appropriate representation and symbol to express a social or political attitude. Third characteristics of contemporary art forms is it evokes more intense emotions from its spectators. It is same with the second characteristic. When we say a spectator, these are the viewers or the audience who can witness the art forms. And it is important to the audience to feel the real essence of artworks. The sentiments of an audience and how they react are the integral part of the contemporary arts. So, these three are the basic characteristics of contemporary art forms. Next is the salient features of contemporary art forms. When we say salient features, this is key pieces of distinct information that facilitate recognition of an image, object, environment, or person. First, most of the art forms are based on abstract expressionism. Abstract expressionism is an artistic movement of the mid-20th century, comprising diverse styles and techniques, and emphasizing especially an artist's liberty to convey attitudes and emotions through non-traditional and usually non-representational means. Second, it leaves the mark of the curator who makes them. Curator refers to an artist who made the artwork. How can an artist leave mark on his art? If your answer is because he is the one who made that, so he should be credited, or because the art is pleasing and beautiful. No, that's not the main reason. The main reason is when an artist is using his artwork as a way to advocate a specific social concern, then therefore he will give recognition on the influence that he gave on his audience or spectators. Next, the means or instruments to make the works of contemporary art are changing. and new technologies are used day by day. Since we are living in a fast-changing world and we are technology-oriented, an artist is not limited on using only traditional materials like paintbrush or pencil to make an art. The resources of an artist are not limited to have their ideas. There are a lot of resources to have their experimentation. Example is in photography. It is not just a simple click, but now it has a different ways, techniques, and even best practices in this field of visual arts. The fourth one, it emphasizes the expressions of the self, emotions, and manifests the inclusion of societal issues and concerns. As we go on our topic, we will discuss that most of the artworks in this period emphasizes the social issues and concerns. Time will come, art will not all about beauty, but art will all about reality. Lastly, it can incorporate other forms of arts, blending different media and techniques, which pave way to the so-called integrative arts. When we say integrative, it is from the root word integrate, which means combination. Contemporary art allows crossover of ideas and strategies. Unlike before, that painting is only pure painting or calligraphy is just pure calligraphy. But now, artworks have two or more art forms applied. We will focus on the definition of this integrative art because this is the main reason why we have these so-called contemporary arts. What is integrative art? Integrative art refers to interdisciplinary art, art study, development, production, display, or creative creation of work that makes full use of two or more disciplines of art to produce a work for a particular public. As I've said a while ago about the characteristic of contemporary art, it is experimental. Integrative art is a clear reflection of contemporary art forms because one art form can combine to another art form. Now, contemporary art has a freedom to go beyond its limitations, and because of integrative art, contemporary art forms now include the following. These are the contemporary art forms: choreography, literary and musical composition, theatrical performance, musical instruments, visual designs and applied arts combined, and cinema. Let's now focus on these contemporary art forms and have a notable example in each art form. First is choreography. It is an arrangement or design for dance movements usually accompanied by music. Choreography considers as contemporary art forms because it contains two traditional art forms, the music and dance. When we say choreography, this is not only dancing. This has a storyline and tackles about a social concern. Contemporary choreography are mostly seen in the productions of street dancing in various festivals. Examples are Panagbenga festivals in Baguio City, Sinulog Festival in Cebu City, and Kadayawan Festival in Davao City. Next, musical instruments. A musical instrument is any tool that produces sound. But how does this musical instrument considered as contemporary art forms? Integration of arts is seen through the intricate designs of musical instruments representing visual arts. Now, musical instruments are not only producing sounds, but we will also amaze on the artistic designs that artists made. Let's move to literary and musical composition. Literary works are written works meant to be read. Examples are poem, story, and novels, while musical compositions, on the other hand, are not written but notated. Through the integration of literary pieces and musical composition, Songs in the contemporary era has become stronger, especially when it comes to the message. Best example of this is the OPM or the original Pinoy music. These songs are used to advocate something like caring about environment, about the trends issues, politics, economy, which give a strong influence to the one who will listen to that art form. The the best example of the song that has a strong message and give impact to the society is the song of Asin entitled Masdan Mo Ang Kapaligiran. Next, visual designs and applied arts combined. It is a combination or layout of any art elements. Its purpose is not only to amuse the audience but also let them enjoy its function as a production of art. Visual designs used to attract the viewers, while applied arts let us enjoy the uses of each production. These two art forms are now meeting on its common point through their purposes. Example of this is the artwork of Ronald Ventura entitled Gray Ground. At first, you can see this is only a painting that attracts us. But for an artist of this painting, he sold this for an expensive price that results to support his financial needs. Another examples are contemporary calligraphy and contemporary photography and social media photography. Next, theatrical performance. This pertains to a public presentation of a dramatic or musical entertainment. This contemporary art is the combination of dance, music, visual design, and any other form of art that will use to make the output fruitful. Contemporary theatrical performance is experimental, innovative, controversial, and interdisciplinary, going beyond other disciplines like psychology, social, and political sciences. In present times, the perfect example is The Rock of Ages and Ang Huling Il Bimbo the musical. Let's have now a last contemporary art form, which is cinema. It is the most popular of the art forms, yet it is the youngest of all. Its characteristics are the same with theater except that it is not a live performance. This is the most amusing and entertaining contemporary art forms. It is also high-tech and latest. Best examples of this are the Philippine independent movies or the so-called indie film. A lot has happened in the contemporary art scene since its onset. Most of them are now collaborative and community-based, fostering values of camaraderie, cooperation, and even pride of a place. And that ends our lesson for today. You may now proceed to answer week 3 on your activity sheets. Happy learning!